In this video, I'm going to walk you through a brief demonstration of IBM Partner Engagement Manager for a distribution network. IBM Partner Engagement Manager is a cloud-based engagement system that enables faster onboarding, collaboration, interaction, monitoring, and visibility into the activity flows between companies and their partners, customers, and suppliers. IBM PEM is a self-service tool that significantly reduces the time and resources required to onboard new partners while managing and maintaining existing partners. Using PEM, we can automate the onboarding process, which can limit the costly manual errors and increases efficiency as partners can maintain their own records. I am now logged into PEM, where I can roll out an activity campaign to a partner to complete the onboarding process. Say, for example, I have this activity that I would want to roll out to a partner. Give a name to the activity for rolling out, and then I select my partner who I want to roll out this activity to. You can also select as many partners as you want and roll out that activity to multiple partners. Then click on Next and Finish. On this, the partner will receive an email saying a particular activity has been rolled out, and then he's ready to start the onboarding process. Now I can log in to my partner account and then start the activity. So here I'm logged in as my partner. And I click on refresh. I will be able to see the new activity that has been rolled out to. So here is the activity that has been rolled out to the partner, and I click on Start Activity. Now I go back to my sponsor page and I go into the monitoring, and I will be able to see my activity that I have rolled out to. So there are a set of steps that need to be carried out as part of a sponsor and a partner. So first, when you start the task, so this is called the handshake for the sponsor, where all the partner information that was entered during the registration process comes into the sponsor for verification. So the sponsor then verifies all the details and then clicks on Finish, and the handshake for the sponsor is completed. Now the next task is for the partner to be completed for entering all the information. And then I go here, I'm logged in as a partner, I refresh, and I see that my connection setup task has been available. So here you can select what protocol that you want to. So here I'm selecting an SFTP, the direction, like whether it's an inbound or outbound. I'm here going with both. PGP, if you have a PGP, you can select yes, otherwise no. And a transfer type for either MFT, B2B or both. So I'm going to go with both. And select the environments for production and non-prod. Here you can give in your email address for the notifications. And then click on Next. So this is, since we have selected B2B as well. So here you can upload any of your MRS documents for the maps or your implementation guides, or you can even just skip this step if you don't want to, and then go into Next. You can enter the number of files that would be transmitted and at what frequency, the size of the files, and in MBs, and click on Next. So this is for the outbound to customer. So that is inbound for the customer, and then we are going to be using a pull or a push. So we'll go with the default configuration, that is pull. And then for the inbound from customers, this is going to be the outbound. So here I'm going to do a push and then click on Finish. So basic connection setup details have been done, and the next will be the protocol information. So here you can either select with the SSH key or password, but mostly SSH key is the recommended. Then you click on Next. Here you give in your host details for your partner. So I'm going to enter my remote user, port information, password, and my in directory. So if you need a trigger file, you can just select yes or no, and then your SSH key, and then you can provide a list of IP address for whitelisting, and then click on next. And this is for the production details. Previously we have entered for the non-prod environment, and now this is for the production. So all the details are going to be auto-filled unless you want to change them. So we're going to leave them as is and just re-enter the SSH password, and then go ahead. So it's asking you to confirm, and then you click on yes. So now all the initial task that the partner needs to be completed is done. Now we go back and log in as a sponsor, and then click on refresh. Next is for the approval. So now the sponsor will be able to see all the information that the partner has entered, and then go ahead and approve it. So I click on approve. Next step is to verify the host. This will verify the system information that the connection information that the partner has entered. I click on finish. And then next we will be doing the non-production connectivity test. Here what we can do is we can drop a file into the partner's mailbox and test the connection if the file has gone through and processed successfully. So this will take a minute while we do the whole process when we drop a file. So maybe we can refresh after we do, and then click on next. So once that is completed, we can see a successful message that the file has been successfully processed. Next would be the connectivity test approval. So this is also part of the sponsor task, where the sponsor approves the connection. Next is the assign workflow for the producer. So here you can choose a template from a set of predefined templates. Here I will be going with the template order for a regular order, and then click on next. Here you will be able to select all the transactions. Previously we have seen in the Pragma Community Manager that we have added an 850 and an 856 for an inbound and an outbound. So we can select that, and then select a sender ID and the receiver ID, and then click on next. This would be the set of rules that we would want to add for that particular transaction, like source file archive, the de-enveloping process, and for the translation, you can also specify the map that you want to use. You can just give in the name under the properties, and a drop process specifying where you want the file to be dropped, either to a mailbox or use an SFTP. Here I will be selecting all these process in the same flow, and then click on finish. That's it. It is that simple to create a workflow. And next task is for the approval again, where you go ahead and approve. And now we can go back to the partner login. Click on refresh. Here, this is the self-certification process. This is for testing a partner connection and whether the file has been processed with all the information that has been already provided by the partner. So here we can drop a file again into the mailbox and check for the processing. So once the processing is successful, you can actually go ahead and give an yes or a no. whether the connection was successful. And if you have received a file transfer through the email, you can specify yes or no. Here we're going with yes, and then go ahead and click on finish. Now we can go back into the sponsor screen to go and check the production connectivity test. I go ahead and refresh. I first complete the task for the self-certification approval that your partner has already approved, saying that the file was processed successfully, and this is approved by the sponsor. Now all this process has been completed, where initially the onboarding process, where the partner enters all the connection information, to the building of the workflow, where you select your transactions and your workflow and your rules as part of the workflow, and then check the complete process and processing of the file by dropping a file and then completing it. Now once all this is done, you can simply click on promote to prod, and the same can be tested and done as part of this process. Thank you.